How's it going, Edge Gamers? My name is BT. Today we're here for another Meet the Leadership featuring another one of my friends and a man part of the GTA group, D3Fault. D3Fault, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm alright. It's a really good dinner.
Ooh.
Yeah, potatoes, hot, like actual potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
um, hot dogs off the grill,
Ooh.
some really decent stuff.
Yeah, off the grill is pretty good.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So, just a reminder for anyone who's not seen this before, Meet the Leadership is a segment that EGO does that allows people like us who are watching the video to get to know leadership a little bit better. Um, and I'm sure that after this, we will get to know you, Default, a little bit better, which is awesome. Because I know that you're a great person, so hopefully other people realize that you are a really cool person. So yeah, so the first question I have for you, Default, is when did you join Edge Gamers?
Like many people, I was a part of the PG merger. So I was admin over there. I was in QA and the admin trainer team back then. And I merged went with the merger, and that's where I started.
So it's really interesting because I was a part of PG as well, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that you were a QA, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was a, QA, I think it was like in 2017, like late 2017, early 2018. And I did that for like a year before before we merged.
Gotcha. So the second question is what was most appealing about EGO, but you kind of described that with the merge, but is there anything more you'd like to say about that?
Yeah, I think really a lot of the, core rules and, the goals of the community really lined up with what PG was. And there were a lot of my friends who went, to, Edge Gamers, and, it pretty quickly felt like home after because, same core rules to it, a certain extent. And it was just it didn't feel that different after a while.
Yeah, it's almost like something you don't even think about. You just wake up and do it.
Yeah.
So what drew you to GTA, or some people call it 5M?
So, I remember when I first joined Edge Gamers, I was gonna join with AT and then I kind of went inactive for a little bit, and then Arbiter messaged me one time and it's like, "Hey, do you want to be a cop on this GTA server we have?" And I never tried it, so I'm like, "Okay, sure, I'll give it a try." And uh, you know, I patrolled with him a little bit, went through my training, and I played for a little while. And then I went on like a vacation IRL, and then just didn't play on the server for a long time, and then came back around a year and a half ago, and haven't really stopped since.
Wait, Arbiter
Hmm.
played 5M?
Oh yeah, he
I
was.
didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. He he played a long time ago in the ELS days. When the cops had that really dumb script, and it was a lot of fun. Like a lot of people from PG, Thorium, Nuke, Arbiter,
Oh my god,
Coda.
Thorium.
Yeah,
For those who don't know, Arbiter is an executive for EGO, and I didn't even know he played 5M back in the day, so that's hilarious. That's
yeah.
something I'll have to talk to him about later. So Default, what are your main responsibilities as a manager? I know this is a new position for you, like at least like the QA was something kind of like this, but this is like a different label as manager. So what are those responsibilities like?
hmm So I'm a support manager, and my roles are to help out with server development. As I did that little bit before becoming manager, and to help out with the events team. So, it's kind of general support where people need it, but those are kind of my focus groups when you know, you know, someone needs it for the job. Oh, we need someone to help out with this event. I'm the first one to go to if Jordy can't do it or something like that.
Yeah, so this isn't part of the script, but I was curious. What are events like in 5M? Because I know that in other games, CS:GO, it's like you have these mini games almost like snipers only or b hops, but like in 5M, it's got to be different, right? Because it's part of the server.
Yeah, so, a while back, it used to be pretty similar to, other games where, it was out of character, so you would have things like dog fights, but, you would get the jet fighters and you would, fight over the sea, or, you would spawn into tugboats and have, like, a pirate ship battle thing. So, there were a bunch of those, and then the events turned in character. So now, it's racing events, hide and seek events, more things that are more doable and realistic for in character events.
Yeah, I mean, keeping things in character helps a lot too. Keeps
Hmm.
it consistent. I've been a part of a couple of those, but I wasn't really in the know of how like you guys were doing it over at the EC event coordinator team. So that's interesting to learn.
Yeah.
If you could be a part of any other game, what would it be and why?
Oh, it would probably have to be Counter Strike. That's where I grew up on PG. I mean, I have like 6,000 hours combined on my accounts on Counter Strike, and most of it is from TTT and Jailbreak. I mean, that's where I know a lot of the people from PG, and yeah,
I,
100%.
I wonder if I met you because when I was in PG, I played TTT with Divine. You probably know him.
Mhm,
And I also played JB a lot. And that's where I met Psycho, who now goes by Damon.
mhm.
So that's crazy. I'm surprised I never met you. Maybe we just never crossed paths. But yeah, I same here. Like PG was the first big community I became a part of, and yeah, CS:GO. I've racked up like 3,000 hours in that game, and kind of crazy how time flies.
Oh, yeah, 'cause, you could do it on any computer. Like, that was the thing for me is that I could just open up my laptop, play for 15 minutes, and then just, go out, do something, get back to it, play for, 2 hours. I mean, I got so addicted to it.
Yeah, I got this like a gaming laptop, which is so stupid now that I have like an actual computer. I realize how better like actual towers are, but I could
Mhm.
play CS:GO on this laptop, and it was like still doable. So I totally understand you there.
Oh, yeah. Like, I used to be like, I went to, boarding school and college, and I was always, getting laptops, and I finally caved in like a year and a half ago and built a computer, and oh my god, the difference is
It's night and
incredible.
day. It's quite literally night and day.
Yeah,
It's
gained
so
like
incredible.
100 and like 100 FPS on Counter Strike.
Just even like having a monitor, being able to see more, and just feeling like you have some more freedom with your hands is
Yeah.
so nice. So what games are you currently enjoying? I mean, outside of 5M or GTA, and do you have
Ooh.
any recommendations for the viewers?
Um, I just got finished with Cyberpunk. I mean, it's bug ridden, it's not, it sort of lives up to what I was hoping for, but not really. I've been playing a lot of Warzone lately. That's kind of been my thing. Um, I mean, they just did like the update where they merged Cold War and Modern Warfare, so I've just been playing that for a long time.
Could you let me know like what Cyberpunk is about? Because I understand that it's like super popular right now because it just came out, but
Mhm.
I have no idea what it's about or like like what yeah like what it's about like at all.
Yeah, you're basically like a mercenary in the year 2077, where people like get body modifications, like like arms that can shoot rockets, and like artificial legs where you can double jump and do all that crazy shit, and it it's really hard to explain without spoiling anything, but it's it's really buggy right now, so it's kinda
Yeah. What new game is it
disappointment.
though?
Yeah,
Hopefully, it doesn't turn out like Fallout 76 or whatever.
I mean, Sony completely pulled it from its market. Like, you cannot buy it from the Sony market at all.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory of 2020? I know this year has just been absolutely terrible for a lot of us, but if you have a favorite memory, it could be related to EGO, it could be related to real life. Would you like to enlighten us on that memory?
Yeah, you'd probably be in the months of, March, to April, kind of once, 2 or 3 weeks into, like, full lockdown for basically the entire world is, like, the 5M server was filling up like crazy, like 64 slot, with a massive queue of 10 people, and there was such a community feeling where everyone was, like, playing there to avoid the reality of the world because no one had work, no one had school, they were trying to figure everything out. Everyone was, like, live streaming and coming together, and that was a really good highlight and, you know, helped me keep my mind off of everything that was going on.
Yeah, I remember because I took a break from like gaming communities for a little bit, and I came back to the scene and joined EGO around late March. And I remember this TeamSpeak used to be absolutely packed every day at all hours. I mean, it still is very packed. That's why it's still such a good community. But man, it was packed. There were so many people at once. I mean, community meetings too. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it just it was like that for so many months, and it was just like, really good to see, this community where it was just about, people kinda, unpack, be positive, and, it was really great.
Yeah, I agree. So with the Christmas time, what's your favorite food this time of year? I know for me, it's like hot apple cider. Like that is just so good in my opinion.
Ooh, you know I'm kind of like basic. Like I like some really good warm chocolate chip cookies. Like that. That is just my favorite, especially around this time. I'm in New York, so it's always pretty cold, and I just love having cookies at night, and you know p- probably some maybe like tea or something, or hot chocolate.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Cookies can never go wrong, especially in the Christmas season. I mean, I'm from Minnesota, so it's like frigid cold all the time, especially in January, but even in December and November. So just hot food or hot drinks are so nice to have. It's super comforting.
Hmm.
And for the final question, Default, do you have any hobbies outside of EGO? Like maybe like a job or something that you do?
Hmm. So I have like two things I'm mostly doing. I mean, one of them has kind of been nullified with the pandemic, but I throughout my years in high school, I did a lot of filmmaking. So I made documentaries and short movie stuff, and submitted them to competitions. And I was gonna work on getting a job in filmmaking and getting that started this year, and then the pandemic hit. So that's kind of been stalled. I've been trying to figure out ways to do it remotely or, learning how to, edit more because I can edit videos pretty well, but I'd like to, perfect a little more. And then I've been really addicted to football this year, like watching every game with my father and just, playing fantasy sports and just enjoying the football season as it's pretty much the only thing that is remotely normal.
Yeah, I haven't really been looking into a lot of sports this year. I've been spending most of my time doing work now that I'm a junior in college.
Mhm.
So I haven't been really paying attention, but I know that people are still watching football and keeping in touch with it. So I love football. I don't like the fact that so many people get injured, but it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, the injuries this year have been crazy.
I haven't been paying attention. Is there any like big ones that like I don't?
Um, there's been, like, 1 or 2 there's been 1 career-ending injury, which is pretty bad, and I think, 4 or 5 season-ending injuries at least.
I know Lamar Jackson got injured, and
Yeah,
I only know about that because
he's
he's Lamar
okay now,
Jackson.
but, like, the injuries have been kinda insane, like, I've seen too many legs get broken this year.
Yeah, I mean it happens with sports, but yeah. Anyways, default. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great having you here. Hopefully, some people got to know you a little bit better. And yeah, this concludes Meet the Leadership with a man named Default.